Oh, yeah. Good morning. Oh, look at that. Okay, I think that is better. Yes. Hi, hi, ho. Good morning. And, or ho, ho, ho. We're getting closer, right? To all of you who pay attention to that holiday, which I am obviously signifying by the hat. Hi, I'm Jane. And this is the PB&J Influence Channel. And this is one question a day. One question right here from this book. It's a journal. It's a 5-year journal, but it only has 365 questions in it because every year you go back and answer the questions again for the next 4 years. And then you look and see how your answers have changed over the years. But we're just using it as a source of questions so that we can stop in our day for 10 minutes and just think about something that maybe we can go deeper with. And as I say that, I like to tell you that going deep with these particular questions in and of itself can be a challenge. Yes, oh indeed. So they're not the greatest questions, but they're not the most earth-shattering questions either. So I guess it's a happy medium. I'm not sure. But anyway, I am coming to you live from Dallas. I'm Jane. I don't know if I said that. I do this every Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. That is Texas time. And I have to say, I don't do it every Monday through Friday because some days I just skip. Like today, I really wanted to just stay in bed. But I didn't. Here I am. I got my I'm having coffee for real. I was on this binge. If you go back in my videos, way back to like June, maybe July, I was on this binge of celery juice. And at that time, if I were to drink a coffee, it was the most disgusting thing ever. I was just juicing celery juice every morning, right? And like, I don't know, 16 ounces of fresh squeezed celery juice. Fresh juiced juice, whatever. And lo and behold, it like ruined my guts. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened, but it was devastating to my insides. And it took me another 40 days plus to have my guts actually restore, like, I don't know, the gut lining or what the heck. Here I am talking about guts, but that's not the point of this show. So now I'm back to coffee and everything's great. Everything's good. And this is good coffee. So why not, right? Cheers. So listen, if you're here and you're on your laptop, I know for sure this works with your laptop. You can get here, chat on the chat box, put comments in. Some people on their phones can't get in to leave chatty chat messages, but if you can, give it a try. Just say hi, let me know that you're here and maybe participate in the conversation. That's always fun. Some days we have some people, some days we don't. It doesn't matter because you don't have to catch this live anyway. And so what I'm going to do, by the way, it's like 30 degrees outside in Texas. Crazy. It was just 70 2 days ago. And it feels, when I first woke up, it said it felt like 26 degrees, I think. And it's warmed up already, and I think we're going up to a whopping 54 degrees today, something like that. So get your bathing suits out, Dallas. It's going to be hotter than heck. All right, I'm going to read this question on happy December 11th. It is December 11th today. And I'm going to read the question from December 11th. And we are going to do our best to talk about it. Why not, right? What else? What else is there to do? So here is the question for December 11th. What challenge are you facing? That's a good one. This is actually a decent question from this book. Good for you, book. So let's see. I've definitely got some challenges, but first, what I would like to do is look up the word challenge and see what they really mean by that. Because do we want to equate that with a problem? Or is a challenge? Because over time, I personally have tried to take the word problem out of my vocabulary and transpose the word in challenge, because it puts a whole different spin on your problems, you know? Hey, Jeff, good morning, sir. How are you? Good to see ya. So I don't like to look at things as problems, because to me, that makes it, whatever is occurring makes it even more daunting, right? Like, oh my gosh, I have a problem. Problems almost sound unsolvable. But if you call it a challenge, then it's like, oh, you're challenging me? Well, I want to be a winner, so I'm going to beat this thing, right? So that automatically it puts you in a positive perspective of, I can do this. It might be tough. It might ask something of me, but I can beat this thing, whatever it is, right? People have all kinds of challenges. I'd love to hear what some of your challenges are. Hey, even if you see this when it's not live, I'm pretty sure you can still make comments in the box below. And right there, you could tell me what your challenges are. And I will get back to you, because I answer all my comments within a few days' time. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to look up challenge. And okay, challenge. A challenge. Do I look wonderful or what today? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's challenging right there, right? Okay, a challenge is something that puts you to the test, like running your first marathon or reading War and Peace. Challenge, as a verb, is derived from a Latin word meaning to accuse falsely, and it is still used, much as it was in the 13th century, in the sense of questioning whether something is true or right. Let's see, what else does it say? Explore, face in the dictionary. If you face or are faced with something difficult or unpleasant, or if it faces you, it's going to affect you and you could have to deal with it. So that's what does it mean to face a challenge? So if something's in your face, you got to do something about it, right? So there you go. That's a challenge. And that question today was, what challenge are you faced with, or what are you facing? Okay, for me, I'm just going to answer this for me, because you all have huge stuff. And I think even more importantly than the challenge that's facing us is the actual response and the perspective that we have about that thing that we're challenging. And I know that some of your challenges are like ridiculously gnarly. And I've had some really ridiculously gnarly challenges too. I'm not having any really super hard ones right now, which right there, if you just sit down and think about all the things in your life that you've been challenged with, that alone could change your perspective on your current challenge, right? Because sometimes you forget about some of the hardest stuff that you've ever been through and that you made it through. And then another challenge comes along and you're just so beat up by challenges that it could be a little challenge, you know, and it comes along and you just like, it just knocks you off your feet and you feel like it is the biggest challenge in the world, when it's really not. Because if you were to go back and think about all your other challenges, you're going to go, ah, this is nothing. I can do this, whatever it is, right? So what challenge do I have? I have some stupid challenges right now. One is that, this is really, really a mild challenge, but I'm going on vacation to a tropical island in December, and I know that I'm going to be wearing a bathing suit. The challenge is, can I become bathing suit worthy between now and December 22nd? And actually, I didn't even step up to conquer the challenge until November 1st. So that was pushing it a little bit. And of course, I have to be happy with the outcome. Even if I do my absolute best between November and December 22nd, whatever the outcome is, I'm the one that put myself in that window where I knew I was going. I could have been working out a lot sooner, but that is a challenge for me. Some people don't care. I love the people that don't care. I wish I didn't care, but I care. I don't know why. Another challenge. I mean, that is like a really dumb challenge, right? No big deal. It doesn't really matter ultimately how that one turns out. What's another challenge? I mean, I've got all kinds of challenges. They're just not of the magnitude that they used to be. I think the challenge of, hold on, we've got some information over here in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mercer, for that comment about the bathing suit. Appreciate that. I wish I could see it the same way that you do, right? Here's another challenge. Like, what do you guys care? You want to hear about my challenges? I'm not going to tell you about all my challenges. The question is, what about your challenges? Your challenges, and hey, Jeff Mercer, what's a challenge? What challenge do you have right now? Since you're out there listening, type it in. I want to know. What do you all think that your challenges are, and how do you feel about them? I think the best thing that we could talk about right now, truly, where I already started talking about, is how you perceive that challenge and how you respond to it and how you take action with it. That is the question today, actually. That is the question. What do you do with a challenge? How does a challenge affect you? Does it beat you down, or does it amp you up? And that can be from the gnarliest challenge of like a health challenge, which, let's just say, maybe maybe you are faced with cancer right now. That's a huge challenge. Or some other really gnarly health issue. That's big. Oh, well, I mean, that's one of the things I struggle with, and it's certainly not cancer, but I do struggle with staying healthy. That's a challenge. Getting through the scheduled events in the next week. There's a challenge for Jeff. He's got a lot on his plate, like a lot. Ever since I've known him, he's had a lot on his plate. It never changes. It's going to change. But for right now, I think there's more on his plate than there's ever been, right? And getting through that without coming completely unglued and feeling absolutely overwhelmed to the hilt, right? That is a challenge. That's the challenge. The challenge, what comes with the challenge is the challenge of the emotions and the feelings and the reactions that come with a challenge. That's the challenge, not the challenge itself, right? Take every challenge and look at what it is for itself and go, okay, that's the thing that's facing me. But the real challenge is, what is it doing to me emotionally and physically and spiritually and mentally? That's the challenge. That is the challenge. And how to get through that in a really grounded, centered way in a space of neutrality. Now we're getting to some good stuff. In a space of neutrality where you can just look at that situation and determine how you want to respond to it. That takes you off of the roller coaster, right? The emotional roller coaster that can kidnap you quite frequently and demand that you take a ride. You don't have to. You don't have to, but it's quite an art form to be able to be centered and sit in that space of power, to be able to make choices of how you want to feel. And that, my friends, is a lot of what I am going to be talking about in the future as I am creating some digital courses, which I know I haven't mentioned for months and months, but I'm still working on it. And a little bit of it's going to be launched right here before Christmas, which is pretty exciting. But as we go down the road, those courses are going to become even like bigger and deeper and get into a lot of really, really cool stuff about how to manage yourself as a human being on this planet and how to have a super good experience here. Whoa! And who doesn't need that kind of information? Can you hear that clock in the background? I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, with that, I will use that as a signal to wrap this up. Catch my other videos. And bye for now, people. I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I will. Whether I feel like it or not, you guys have a fantastic day.